Okay, and we are back in my kitchen. Hello, and welcome to another episode of A Training in Atlanta.
And today
Today,
was indeed a Trinidad Atlanta day. Tell them why, hon. Tell them why.
because it's cold,
It's cold. It's so cold that our lines at TASA froze. That's what being living at Trini in Atlanta. Atlanta was its coldest day. This morning we got up, it was 12 or 13 degrees Fahrenheit.
sometime in the night it dropped almost to 8.
Yes.
The water that we had to drink outside in the bottles froze.
So today
So,
we had a unscheduled holiday, but everything is back. It's all torn out. We are ready to roll, and Ria is ready to cook this evening for us as well.
so hear me, Atlanta is not New York or Canada. We don't get that cold. So when I am wearing Uggs in my kitchen and sweater in my house, you understand it is cold and the temperature is set at 72 and it is still frozen.
At least we don't get snow. New York has snow. They are shoveling stuff. We just have a little
Yep,
ice.
yep. We had snow, but we don't have snow this year. Only once since I've been living in the 28 years I've been living here. That,
Snowmageddon.
yes, we've had it. And then I was stuck in my car for 12 hours for snow again.
Yes.
So today we are making, I'm starting with coconut bake. I'm making a coconut bake for you all. I have been promising and promising to make coconut bake. So here inside this, in my KitchenAid, I have 6 cups of flour in the KitchenAid. I have 6 cups of flour in here. Then I have a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. That's because it's cold. Everything is. I'm going to put 3 teaspoons that is of yeast. 3 teaspoons of yeast in here. 1, 2, 3 teaspoons of yeast. This is just dry self-rising yeast in there. And then I'm going to put, I have a can of coconut milk in here. I'm going to drop this entire can of coconut milk inside here. And it has some coconut milk still in there. I'm going to wash it out. And this is a half of a 16-ounce pack of fresh frozen grated coconut. And the coconut is grated, like finely grated. So I'm going to put the half of pack of this grated. Now you can grate your own coconut and you can make your own coconut milk when you grate your own coconut, but I don't. If I can get it done for me, I'm going to take that. So here we are, and I'm going to take maybe like a half of a teaspoon of salt, in there, not a lot, but just some for flavor. And I'm going to take some this water that is hot. I don't want hot water like this, so I'm going to mix it with some cold water from the tap and make it into lukewarm water like this. I don't want it hot at all. And then I'm going to use this here to clean this. I'm going to start this up. So 6 cups of all-purpose flour that I have here, 6 cups of all-purpose flour, half teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of brown sugar or any color sugar you like, 8 ounces of grated coconut, 1 can of coconut milk. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put, maybe I would say this would be like a half stick of butter. This would be a half stick of butter, and that will be there. That is a half stick of butter there. I don't think you need any more butter than that. So now I'm going to let this start kneading. And this, I'm setting it on low first and then it starts. So I'll see how much water I need after. I don't want to put too much of water and it gets too wet. So I'm going to let that bake here. I'm going to put it up a little more. I'm going to add some of this, which is a whole can. I think it's a 12-ounce can of So I did half, and let me see how it goes again. Okay, so I'm going to add a little more water, just like about 2 tablespoons from the same 12-ounce can. And I'm going to let that continue. A little more water, maybe 2 tablespoons again. Still have some water in from the 12-ounce can, like about a little less than quarter left. Let me check this. No, I don't need any more. I don't need any more water. So I wouldn't need any more of that. And it's according to the moisture in your kitchen is, no, I'm not sure if I'll need it for you. You can put it right on the side if it's bugging you. It's not a big deal. According to the moisture in your kitchen is how you're going to gauge the amount of water you put into this while kneading it. Oops! Ah, he fell out. Yep. Smells good. It smells mealing. You could smell the coconut in it. You could see the specks of coconut in it. It looks really, really good. Okay, I think we are good there. So you can see everything is completely mixed in. Completely. And I'm going to take this out. This is the bowl. I'm going to stick this into this bowl. I'm going to take it out of the mixing bowl, stick it into this bowl, and I'll have a little bit of the flour. Okay, to make that. Okay, so this is done. I'm going to just take a little bit of flour, just like that, and then just put it together like this. So this doesn't really need any kneading. All I wanted to do is just not to stick too much. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to stick this in the microwave, and I'll show you what I'll do. I'm going to cover that so there wouldn't be any this is not the cover. This is the cover. I'm going to cover this, but before I cover that, I'm going to take this and fill it with this boiling water. Stick it in the microwave too. Stick that in the microwave too. And then get some, leave this right here. Leave it open to a certain amount. Leave this open. Let me just turn this off because I want the heat to hit there. And I'm going to turn this. I'm not going to close the microwave because I want the light from the heat in the microwave together with the heat in the water. It's going to raise the bake quickly. You know, if I don't do that, it will take longer. So we'll leave this in a few minutes. I'll check it back and I'll show you. Now, I'm not going to make round bakes because it will take longer. I'm going to roll it up into this and put it out to bake and you'll see it. Now, while that is happening and I'm waiting for this to proof, I am going to show you that I had these smoked herring because my husband has been saying, oh, Mom, I'm feeling to eat smoked herring, I'm feeling to eat smoked herring. So I went and I buy these smoked herring. I get this in the grocery, I wash them, and I put them in this bag, and I boil some of them. I put up a pot with a little water, and I boil some. I took out as much as I can get of the bones, or as we say home, of the picker. I took out as much as I could get from that. Inside here, I have a can of fire roasted tomatoes, and I'm going to make some smoker and choker with tomatoes and bake. But before I do all of this, I'm going to fry some pak choi because I like some green. So we'll do that after, but for now, I'm just going to cook some of this pak choi. And put this light on, put this on, and we're done. So here we are. I will still see if I can take out some bones while I'm bringing up that the hut. And I'll let you know this week has been a long week for us. You know, we've had some more tragedy. I feel like that is all I am feeling these days. But this too shall pass. Everything. Lennox's mother was buried, and then just before the funeral, one of Shafiq's oldest sister's husband passed. He had a heart attack. He was 71, and he was our brother-in-law, or one of our favorite people. So we are still coping with that. God is good. He gets you through everything all the time. Okay, so that is hot. I've add some, that is it. Turn this a little because I need to grate some of that onion. Not the garlic, not the onion. A couple grains of that garlic into this Honey, do you think this little red pepper is hot? I want to know if to put a piece.
Want me to find out?
If to put a whole piece of that in this.
Bite it.
I'm going to try it. I'm not going to bite it. Nope. That's not a good idea. Okay. And then I have some pimentos here. So I'm going to take one of them because I'll keep two for that. And I'm going to cut it up in here. I'll get a couple more for that. And they're good there. Yep. Yep. Okay, and I have one tomato here that I'm going to cut up here. This is a frozen tomato that I have when I buy, and sometimes, but this I didn't buy. These I got from Sharda when she planted them in her garden. So I just throw it inside there, and this will go good with this bok choy. Nice. I have some dal in the freezer that I have to take out too, so we could eat some of this dal with this. And last night I curry some duck. So, yes, last night I curried some duck. So I have some curry duck here. Shafik had some of it already. So I have some curry duck here. So you know, there's at any given time there is some curry duck in my house. Two things. What is the second thing there is, my love? There is some eddos too. There is curry duck and there's eddos in my house. He's always laughing at my eddos. But he doesn't eat eddos. But he will eat the duck though. He's a meat mouth. Okay, my darling, let that fry up a little bit and cook down this hard part. Then I'll add this to it. Perfect. Let that fry up right there. Nice. Then I'm going to grate this up. And this will be for the smoked herring. And people ask me all the time where I get my smoked herring. These things, my smoked herring, my pimentos, my nice thing, and I get it from Georgetown Market. My friend Delroy have a shop on Covington Highway, and you get all of these things at my friend Delroy's shop. So if you want to get, and if you can't find it anywhere else, you check out Del. Okie dokie. Na just came back home. She went to Trinidad for 2 weeks. Came back home with a cold. So she's struggling with that. So I'm guessing today having to close because of the frozen pipes was a big help for her. So she could have take some time off.
One more day to rest.
Yeah, she could have rested that. She brought home some barbecue chicken and stuff for us, which was nice. This is cooking. I'm going to add just a little tilapia mama to this and let it cook down there. Then I'm going to throw in this in a little and let that cook out there. Leave it let it cook a little more. I'm going to leave that for it to cook just a little bit more. Then I'm going to cook it up because that wouldn't take very long. Let me see how this is happening here. Yep, it is starting to raise already. Do you want some coffee or some cocoa, hot cocoa, hot chocolate? Okay. I'm going to add this green piece of the pak choy to that. Excellent. Okay, just, ow, that water is cold. That water is bitingly cold. Ooh, 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 ooh. So the last time I made the hops, I had some comments where people, let me turn this a little lower. People was asking me what did I put into the hops, and I did. I put 8 cups of flour, 3 tablespoons of sugar, either brown or white, whichever one you have. I hardly ever have white sugar, so I have brown. 3 teaspoons of instant yeast, a teaspoon of salt, a, 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 a quarter pound of butter melted. That is what that was, and some warm water for kneading. And the exactly perfect method that I use that I have in the microwave right now doing is what I did. I put the yeast in, I put the flour in, then I put the warm water. I throw the yeast into the warm water with the sugar and everything, and then I throw it inside there and knead it up. And that is what I did with that. As usual, I have my garlic butter here that I'm going to take a little bit from, and I'm going to use that over here. Let me turn up a little bit because I don't want this to right. I don't want this to let go too much of water. It's just a saute. I'll taste it for salt and pepper and see if it needs anything else. But this is mostly done. It'll cook for a couple minutes again, and then this is almost done. So this is not. Let me get a fork and taste it. Honey, it doesn't want any more pepper. It doesn't. Want a touch of salt, but it's very tasty. So just a tad. That's all it needs, nothing more. So this doesn't need any water because this is not a hard bhaji to cook, this pak choi. That is why I cut up the white part, that is the harder part, first and let that cook first before I add anything to it. And this is done. How long that was? 5 minutes? This is now. This is completely done. Now I can heat the dal that I have in the freezer with this, and I can eat it with that. But I really would prefer to eat my bake with my bhaji and my smoked herring. So, okay. Let me just rinse this pot out for a quick second. Okie dokie. That is it. Let that go over there. And there's a pot right there. And let's start here. Okie dokie. Here is there. I would need some oil. This will have to get a little oil. Can't just do that, and I'll have to put some more later on. But to start with this I'm going to start here and here. Now, you could put as much onion and garlic as you want in this. Trust me, it wouldn't taste bad at all because smoke herring could take it. Smoke herring could take as much onion and garlic as you throw at it. Usually, I would put a lot more onions than that. But today, I am not making a lot of smoke herring. I'm only making a little bit. So, did you see I'm still having my pepper sauce? There is a whole big tray outside and I'm selling it by tassel too. So if you are interested, come and get your cut of pepper. But this is just some honey soaked with garlic, and hopefully I'll get my husband, entice my husband to eat some of that honey soaking garlic. Garlic soaking honey. Okay, so that is there. This is cooking. Fry up this onion and garlic a little bit. Because as I said, it's not a lot. It's just for Shafik and myself. It's not a lot. It's fasting time, so most my sisters and they are fasted. So nobody is going to come around much to eat out all these leftovers. So I'm not going to I'm going to turn this down a little bit and let that really patch and fry nice. The smoke herring cook and fry nice before I put it in the in the meantime, I'm going to look at this and let you all see for yourself what I'm saying. With the hot water, see, it starts to raise easier. Notice it's raising already. So I'm going to put that back there, and then I'm going to throw this water out and put some hot water again. The steam from the hot water will cause that to raise a lot. Let me put back the hot there. So this is, let's see how, oh yeah, this is nice. This is nice. Now, this is just my way of cooking smoked herring. Everybody have their own way. This is my way of cooking it. So I just let it saute here. Because remember, this was boiled already. So for the most part, this is cooked. I just wanted it to saute. So I put it here. And I cook it a little more. I'm going to add this here now. And very slow heat, and I want this to cook because I want the tomatoes to cook too. So this now, let this cook. Let this cook slow and slow. Slow and low. Even though the tomato has been roasted, it still needs to cook in order for it to get soft and come apart and infuse and marry, whatever the words you want to use, in the smoked herring. So that is it there. So far so good. Nice. Add a little bit of black pepper. So that's not a lot. I do not know. I don't think I've used any of that, but I don't know until it's done if I will need any of this. Slap your mama. put this smoker in away because I'm done with it. I just wanted to show you how to preserve it when you come home. Okay, lightly done. That is nice. Let this continue. This will cook for a good minute. Okay. Nice. Okay. So, awesome. Okay, so leave that there and let that cook. I'm going to cover it so that it could soften even more. I'm going to cover it and let it soften for a little minute and cover the and leave it there for a little while. Okay, okay, that's it. This is done. This is done. Perfect. Let's see. That is happening there. That is. Give it a few minutes again and then I'll put it up. So, please. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, dokie. This is cooking nice. A little bit more heat. A little more heat. Let it cook there. And that is hot again. And I definitely have some ripe avocado here. Yeah, that we are going to cut when we are eating that. We are going to cut this when we are eating that because we have ripe avocados. Ripe avocados. Awesome. Okay. So I'll continue cooking this and then it's almost done. It's 5 minutes again. I'll continue cooking it and by the time this is done, I'll take this out and I'll show you how to finish it up. Okay? In a little minute. This is almost done here. I've been cooking maybe 10-15 minutes. I cook it on slow because I wanted the tomatoes to kind of get really soft. So this is done completely. This I don't think have to get salt because the smokering is already salty. This is a little bit of cilantro that I cut up and I just throw it inside there for flavor and for garnish too. So this is done. This is completely done. I'm going to turn this off and you can make it wet if you want it a little wetter. But because I am eating it in bakes, I did not make it wet. I didn't want it to falling all over your hand when you try to make a sandwich. So here it is. That is done. That is the smokering. And then let's see about the bake now. So I'm going to put the bake into this to make. So I'm going to spray this foil pan and I'm going to make 2 bakes in this. 1, 2. 2 bakes in this foil pan there. So that is done there. Let's see how far this has gone. Okay, so this is good. Because you remember this would not be, um, this would not be big like a bread because it is more dense because it's a bake. It's baked, it have the coconut milk and the coconut husk and everything in it. So it will be a little more dense. So let's see how this goes. So you see how soft and bouncy that is, honey? You see it?
Beautiful.
So I'm going to take two of this. I'm going to make the bakes in two. And I'm going to do it like this. That's one. So this, what time it is? This was raisin for 50, 30, 40 minutes. This raised for about 40 minutes. And that's it completely there. I'm going to put this in here, one here, and one here. And I'm going to just open it up like this. This will be the easiest way to make this. You could make it different if you want. You could put it in an individual container if you wanted, but this works for me. And I'll let it raise a little more, maybe 30 minutes again, and then I'll put it in the oven. But before I do that, I'll show you something. I'll take some sugar in a little bit of water, just a little bit of sugar, just a little, not a lot. Just a drop, like that, just a little. So I'll show you what it looks like in a second. Okay, this is a pastry brush. And I am just turning it up, and I'm going to just do this like this here, because I want it's not only for it to get brown, but it gives it a really nice flavor. Isn't that so, my love? You've been eating this bake for a long time. Yeah, we've been doing this for a long time. Some people use egg, and you can make an egg wash, but the egg wash is not half as delicious as if you just mix a little bit of sugar water and you put it on top here. Okay, and you have that there. That's all that is, nothing too much. But I like to put it in, make sure every part of it gets, so that every part of it will have that flavor. Now that is done here. I'm going to take a fork and I'm going to make some.
Preheat?
Yes, but I have to let this raise for a little while, so I'm not going to preheat right yet. Want to just make some little patterns here.
No, I don't want folks to get panicky or scared that I am going back to my old ways of eating. Okay? But it's just now that I feel a lot better, and I am reintroducing some food, but not nearly in the quantities that I used to have it before.
So you want to tell them what flour is this that we are cooking with?
I'm not sure. I know that is your blend of flour.
Okay.
So I know it's not flour.
So this is, you could use it as flour, but this is a mixture of all-purpose, unbleached, organic, all-purpose flour. It's oat flour, a mixture of oat flour. It's a mixture of where's the
Chickpea?
huh?
Chickpea?
No, the other one, the oh, I can't remember. Where there is no gluten-free flour. So it's a mixture of purpose flour, oat flour, and gluten-free flour. So there's not a lot of only flour in here. So I try to make something that we both can eat, but still tastes exactly like flour. Because when you taste this bake, you will not know that this bake wasn't made with white flour, enriched white flour. So this is done here. I'm going to leave this here on the stove right here for a couple of minutes, not a long time, maybe 20 minutes while the oven comes to temperature, and then I'm going to bake this. So I'm going to put this oven up to temperature, and the oven is at 350. You don't want it hotter than that because the bakes will burn. So leave that there, and now it's 6, so in about by 6:30 I'm going to put this up to bake, and I'll time it because everything happens according to how your oven is working. Sometimes today's cold, so that is why it's not raising as fast as it should, because even the temperature in the house, the heater is coming up, is having trouble keeping up. So give it about 20 minutes, and then I'll put it in the oven, and I'll show you when it's done. Oh, that's good. That's it. I got a drop more than that. And so we are done. We are about to taste so that you all can see. I have half an avocado here. These are the bakes. They are out of the oven. I have half an avocado here. I have everything that you need here. I have this, I have avocado, I have the smoked herring. So I'm going to put just some smoked herring there. I have a cup of tea that I made. Let's get this out so that it wouldn't stay inside there, and that's it. That's it. Oh yeah, that is nice. Let it stay there and let it. Okay. Let it stay here. Let me get a little bit of this pak choi. A little bit of bhaji there. That right there. I have a nice cup of hot tea, and I'm going to take one of these, just any one of these, and I'm going to cut them. And we are going to taste the bake. Okay, here you are. It's so hot. That's it. That's it with you. You can cut it when it's get a little, it's hot now.
It's hot?
So I'm not going to cut it too much there. Let it cool off. Take a piece here. Would you like some pepper? Okay, so here we have some smoked herring. Oh my Lord. It's so good.
And folks, I don't do hot food.
Not at all.
Especially hot
You want some pepper?
tea.
So, you see the bake. Look at it. What is the texture? Oh, it's so tasty. It's soft inside and crunchy on the outside. And there's a little sweetness from the sugar that we added. It's so good. It's so good. Never. Nice cup of green tea.
Yeah, bake it all.
And here we go. So the bake took 30 minutes to cook. I put it in the oven, and first I let it raise for 45 minutes. Then I roll it out into the foil pan, and I let it raise again for 10 minutes. Then I baked it at 350 for 30 minutes, and I just took it out of the oven. Now usually I wouldn't have cut it yet. I would leave it for about 50 minutes or 20 minutes, let it cool, but I cut it. You see, I cut it on the ends mostly so that you can see. And here we have it. We have the smoked herring, we have the pak choi, we have some avocado or zavoka, we have bake, and we have a cup of tea. I am going to sit down and have my dinner with my husband because he doesn't like hot food. I thank you for joining me. I thank you for subscribing, for sharing, for loving. See you in the next video.
Thank you all from Trinidad, Atlanta. We're going out.
Bye.
Bye-bye.